Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid. Well, it's probably a little early for that. Okay, so it's going to be another episode of Knife Blog. This week's episode, or this month's episode, or, oh, hell, probably this year's episode is going to be an example therein where I'm going to be simply just, doing that which I need to do, and hopefully everything's not freaking out too terribly much. I know my focus is kind of freaking out a little bit because I got nothing on camera. Probably should put something on camera, shouldn't I? Okay, let's just put something on camera here. Ta-da! Yeah, good old, regular old. Yes, here's going to be the WMF. Hopefully not overflashing the camera too terribly bad. But the classic WMF. There's a lot of light there. Okay, well, anyway, the WMF, you guys can kind of see it now. Classic, good old, regular gravity knife. There's nothing wild and crazy about it. These guys were utilized for a long time. So basically the Fallschirmjäger, basically the hunter's knife, or, the parachutist knife. I got the other video that's had like scads of views on YouTube about it. That's not the point of the exercise this week. Oh, no. We're going to be talking about something that was, something that came out of the orders. And we're going to be talking about something that is actually just one of those kind of not great exercises. This guy. And you can see the price on it is just like redonkulous. I mean, the pricing on this thing is ridiculously low simply because, they were kind of cheap back before, inflation completely blew our doors off. I mean, you can see this guy literally is only 20 bones, okay? And it's the classic super automatic, and it is really an automatic knife. Not so much. I mean, really, truly what it is you pretty much have a semi-automatic where you push and it pops open. And then you pull and it pops closed. Now, if you do it kind of and then kind of it works or it doesn't work. Now, the funny thing about it is you can actually cheat this guy, and it's kind of like, oh, what did you just do to me? Well, the classic way to fix that is you simply just retract it and push it back in. Now, let me just do this with Mr. Altoid can to avoid getting, did I actually do something? I might have done actually something previously bad in this one. Oops. Okay, so let's go like such. And you can see the classic problem with these things is if you don't do it just right, it doesn't deploy correctly. So literally it goes. But if you have something blocking it, you have no anything to fix it with because it's kind of like, is that actually blood or spooge? I don't know, but I'm going to take that off camera, okay? All right, so anyway, you reset this guy, and it simply says stainless rust free, or basically stainless rust free. On the other side, does it say anything at all? No, and these were not Chinese. These were typically Japanese, or they were Korean. Possibly some may have been made in Pakistan. I tend to doubt it. But this one in execution was good enough for, the controlling bodies to go, oh my goodness, that's an out-the-front switchblade. Technically, it kind of is. Is it really a good one? No. I mean, the metallurgy on this thing is just ridiculously poopy. I mean, the blade is just, it's not great, okay? It's basically, somewhat stainless. Is it great stainless? I wouldn't say that it is, but it's stainless, okay? So anyway, they freaked out completely, and they said, oh, no, we can't have these things. Why is my focus jacking up? Anyway, so they freaked out completely, and these things were going, oh, my word, we must protest and stop this importation of these terrible devices. Notice, I am not taking off the price tag, and it will stay as such. Most especially, it's on the knife side of the equation. So anyway, this guy is still in the collection they're in. So basically you have the first generation, oh my goodness, freak out, ban it, gravity knife, which is now pretty much at a revelation for people to go, yeah, it's not a switchblade. And the laws are actually relaxing quite a lot on gravity knives. Nobody goes running around with these things and goes, yeah, man, let me stick some little old lady up. First off, they're heavy, all get out. They're bulky. They're rattly. not something you want to run around and, play bad guy with. Bad guys don't play with knives anyway. Bad guys play with firearms. Anyway, so basically you had the iteration therein of this guy, which of course caused major freakout. Now, what would be the answer to a Switchblade, quote unquote, air quotes, quote unquote, out the front Switchblade? How would you address that in such a way that they simply just don't completely freak out and go, well, it is, but it isn't, and we're not going to ban it, we're not going to regulate it because it falls under certain precepts? Yeah, it would be this guy, which actually came out of Korea. This is known as the Black Dagger, obviously made in Korea. Was there any great pomp and circumstance on this guy? No. Okay, button down, dude, when using, I love this, keep button down when use Black Dagger, blade do not move. Pure and simple bad English. I love this. Notice, if blade cover may not locked in upper or lower position, please push or pull by your hand until it locked for its next action. Yeah, pure English going on there, man. Keep button up when carry Black Dagger. Black Dagger has carrying case. And I love the font is like all over the place. The printing on this thing just flat out sucks. And yes, you can see, obviously, it's been around for a long time. Yes, this thing sat on a shelf for a very, very long time. And it was one of those things that I found pop up on eBay, and nobody knew what it was. I jumped on it with both feet. We don't need a case, or translation, we don't need a box. It does actually come with a carrying case, which of course says, this is perfect for any occasion where you wish to carry around something surreptitiously on your belt. You want to make sure everybody knows that you're not carrying a knife, but you're carrying a Black Dagger. Very, very period, kind of icky nylon sheath. I mean, it's got that almost kind of like the original series of Star Trek look to it. It's like very iridescent on the camera. In person, it doesn't look nearly that strange, but on the camera, man, it looks just positively weird. All right, so anyway, what's this guy actually look like? And this is actually the very, 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 very first time I've had the Black Dagger, which still has the protective, some of the plastic sticking to it, but the protective little plastic cover that went over the little cloyon that's in the handle there. But the super automatic and the Black Dagger is the very first time having these guys together on the same frame. Holy crap, these guys have never been together like this. So anyway, you have this iteration, and what does this one do to get around the the regulation? It does about the same thing as the Techna hidden edges, where you pull this down and the blade cover disappears. The blade is fixed. It doesn't move at all. There's all this polymer / nylon / plastic. I think it's actually probably ABS, so it's not the best plastic. But notice what this thing says. Stainless, and it actually is dated. Wow. Let's see if I can't zoom in on this one a little bit here. See if I can't cheat the focus. And it looks like stainless. Looks like stainless 1986. Stainless, and it might be a copyright or a trademark, BIC or 81C 1986. So literally what this guy does is it throws the cover back and forth, just like the Hidden Edge Techna. That's all it does. Is it hides or it unhides the covering on the blade. How cool is that, man? This is just, kind of one of these very, very interesting period things that pretty much people really, truly never really got to see much. And it's kind of one of those kind of cool things, because most times these things went to somebody, they broke it, it went into the trash, or they said, and it went into the crap drawer, and it just basically sat there and rusted in the time of memoriam. But here you see the evolution of where these things actually came from in the surplus / gun stores / all that goodness. So basically you went from gravity knife to semi-automatic out the front to finally the final iteration of, please don't try to take these away from this. This is not a Switchblade. Final gasp, 1986, I committed to you. So literally this is what we have here, folks, is we have the full pantheon of not a Switchblade, wants to be a Switchblade, is definitely not a Switchblade. On this one, folks, I'm going to break up on this one. This is an episode of Knife Blog. I truly appreciate your kind attentions, good stuff like that there. I do have the rest of the files of the Knife Blog up because this is stuff that eBay, charitably puts up there, and YouTube will not ban because it is not firearms related. So I have full ability to post all this goodness, and I commend it to you. Do be sure to check out my podcast, which airs on Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on Facebook, on Dude Jerky 2, and also here on the 80s Podcast channel. I do appreciate your kind attention. I'm going to break for this one. Eat good, keep thundering as always, you know you love it, and almost not quite Switchblade goodness. Have a good one, guys. Catch you later.